Welcome to Coffee and Candor. This is Chris.
It goes that way.
Ross.
Brandy.
Amber.
We have been doing this for so many years, and we still can't get it right.
Yeah,
Amber, take it away.
It's pathetic.
So we have an update on, what was his name? Jeremy
Allen Jones.
He was the guy that is like, I guess, our local singing star or
country
something.
Our
Star.
local shit muffin.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to do the Freedom Fest concert. That was in Bologna, right?
Yeah.
And then something happened, whatever. We
He
talked
got
about
arrested.
He got arrested for domestic.
Yeah.
We talked
no,
about
for
it.
violating a protection order.
Well, okay, yeah.
We talked about it last week, and he was talking about that, how he was going to have his own concert, and it was free, and it was going to be 2 blocks down the road.
He's gonna have
Freedom
T-Pain.
Fest. It was going to be featuring T-Pain and all this.
Eminem and Jay-Z, Snoop was coming.
And don't you know, I don't know if you, I'm sure you screenshotted his post.
yeah, I screenshotted it.
Of course, it got canceled.
Well,
he needs to
decided-
spend time on himself for some shit.
Yeah, here, keep talking and I'll look for it, because, yes.
Yeah, we were all talking like, oh yeah, T-Pain's going to be there. This guy is full of fucking
he was
shit.
going to resurrect Tupac and,
yeah, he was going
and
to be
DMX.
there.
Everybody's going to be
but
there.
then when we were looking him up, what was the show that he
Pete
did a
Diddler was
song
going to make an
for?
appearance.
What show he did a song for?
He did a song for Criminal Minds.
Criminal
Criminal
Minds.
Minds.
Yeah, and I don't understand. He must have gone there and gotten those pictures as part of some promotional thing, because when you write a song for an episode or for a movie, you don't get to meet the cast.
you don't.
You submit that shit online, and if they pick it and send you a check.
Suki,
That's how that works.
Yeah.
what are you eating?
Oh.
Continue. She got in the trash.
I think he...
She's in a Q-tip.
Yeah, he took his page down.
He took the whole page down?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. Well, he committed to that.
Yeah. So I was going to go back because I couldn't find it. I think I sent it to y'all. And I was trying to find it, and his whole social media is down.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm going to keep digging. Oh, here it is. Because you're like, it's stupid. Dear friends and family, and that says please share, so we're not doing anything the man didn't ask.
Yeah.
Well, he put it on social media, and that's public. So.
I'm sure everybody was giving him shit for that T-Pain stuff.
Probably.
Dear
Calling
friends
him
and
out.
family, with a deep sigh of relief, I'm writing this post to let you know that I have made the decision to delete my Facebook page and step away from social media.
I wonder if T-Pain's management fucking sent him a cease and desist.
I have
No,
come
they
to
may have.
realize that I have a lot to focus on in my life right now,
That's an understatement.
including winning back hearts and proving myself to those who are dear to me.
And improving his mental health.
I am prioritizing what truly matters to me, the well-being of my loved ones and myself. I will no longer engage with anything or anyone that does not bring positivity into my life or the lives of those I care about deeply. To Stephanie Bromley, Kat, and all those affected, especially her daughter Liv, that I love and admire so dearly, I extend my sincerest apologies for any stresses I may have caused. I wish nothing but the best for you and your loved ones. To my family, I apologize for any distress my actions may have caused. I'm determined to take the high road, display true remorse, and work towards making amends.
This after he took a pretty significant ass whooping, too, by the
Yeah,
way.
to my ex-wife Jill, my daughter Sky, my daughter Gretchen, and my son Dax, her family, Jerry, Bonnie, Brandy, and Paul. Oh, I know who those are. Brandy and Paul, in the community. I offer my apologies for the upheaval and stress of the past few years. You know who that is, too. You just don't know you know.
Okay.
To whom I called Mom and Dad, Jimmy Dale, and Angie Poe, for your unwavering support at times you know I didn't deserve it. I guess that's what love's all about. Thank you for keeping me close to you and not allowing me to wander too far in the dark, which is where I seem to live all too here often lately. To my fans and supporters, I'm sorry for any disappointment my behavior may have caused. To Thomas Garrison for inadvertently tagging his name on a post that had nothing to do with him, and anyone else I affected intentionally, I apologize for my own inconvenience.
Boy, he's really hitting the 12 steps, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Wow.
he's going to go back and apologize to somebody from kindergarten?
Yeah, no shit.
I also want to apologize to anyone in the music community for the remarks made within the post about me performing the same night in the same city. Jason Jason Page is who's doing Freedom Fest. Jason has worked tirelessly to put Freedom Fest together and has an extremely powerful lineup for the entire weekend. The last thing I want to do is diminish that in any way. I've always been a supporter of all musicians and have helped as much as I can to further anyone's desire and career, and will continue to lift those up in spirit. So to all of you involved in Freedom Fest, I apologize from the bottom of my heart, and I know that you guys are going to rock that stage. I will not be performing at the same time. That was very immature and unprofessional of me. Please forgive me.
And a fucking lie.
Yeah, and a bullshit lie.
Now, I would...
Oh, he's not done.
Okay.
I'm taking this time to focus on self-reflection, healing, and staying away from negative influences. I will leave this post up for the evening before I delete my page. I urge those involved to read this message if needed. Pray for me as I embark on this journey, and know that I'm praying for each one of you as well. May God guide us with love and grant us strength to overcome challenges. With love and gratitude, Jeremy. Motherfuckers get real.
At least he didn't plagiarize somebody's song
Now,
this time.
I went to T-Pain's page, I think it was on Facebook, to see if he maybe mentioned this comment
Right.
anywhere. Of course, the concert wasn't mentioned anywhere. So the first couple of recent posts he had made, I was going through the comments, and someone asked him, "Are you performing a concert in Valonia,
Oh, wow.
Arkansas?" Of course, there was no response,
Yeah.
but
T-Pain's like, I ain't
it was brought
touching
to
that.
his attention.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, everybody thought that was full of shit. It was. I mean,
Oh, of course.
Come on.
Why do people? I don't understand why people do that.
Because,
I mean, there was no way you're gonna make it happen. So
right,
why?
right. So tell me how you thought this wasn't going to end up making a ginormous tool of you.
Well, you know something that really irritates me. Used to be successful in the music industry, there was a significant amount of luck involved, and
Well,
a lot of
the
times,
arts.
a lot of times there was a significant amount of nepotism to a degree. You know, who you know is as important as how good you are. And
But you actually have to know them.
well, but then you had to write good songs and you had to perform good music, and you know, then you had to go tour for years and have radio play. And now there's still all of that, except you've also got to be trending on social media non-fucking stop. And it's like, you know, I think social media is a shit show anyway. But adding that aspect of it seems so disgusting to me, because to become viral is a lucky chance at best. There is no rhyme or reason to it. You know, just the whole thing just...
It reminds me of, I think it was a
don't like it.
Black Mirror episode where the
Yep.
girl, like, everybody she ran into, like, she'd have a conversation, and then she was like, "Can you give me hearts?" Or "Can you give me..."
Yeah,
and,
the
like,
social
they had to
credit score
score
thing.
her,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you had to have so many points to be able to move into a certain neighborhood.
Yeah, that's a social credit score type thing, and China actually has that
I
implemented.
know.
You know, I
Scary.
mean, I hear a lot about negative aspects of social media, and there are. I don't deny that for at all. But there are a lot of positive aspects of social media too. You know, I have friends, and I'm talking about people that I have shared more of my story with than most of the people that know me in real life. I've known them for 25 years at this point. I've never laid eyes on them in person, but through social media and through, like, you know, we knew each other through a community of artists, and, you know, I mean, these are real relationships,
Right.
You know, and so you know, and like his brother, he's not on social media, but I can watch his wife is, so I can watch his nephews grow up. You know,
Well, I mean,
though-
it's just like anything. Like, too much of it is
It's
a
all in how you
problem.
use
Well,
it.
yeah, if you let yourself be consumed by it.
Well, and also, it's just literally like anything else. If it can be good, it can be equally bad.
Yeah.
But like Chris was saying, you know, people going viral. I mean, they let it consume their lives because they're constantly trying to chase this viral.
Yeah, check what if they
dream
happen
or
upon
whatever.
it once and they're constantly chasing that high again. You know, and I think where it's so where it's so dangerous is for young people, especially that don't have a lot of real world experience. So they don't have that to weigh it against.
And social media has always been a part of their
Right,
lives.
they've never known a world
Social
without
media
it.
is not reality.
No.
I mean, and the thing is, I think there's kids and even adults that believe
Think
it
if
is.
this is what we see on social media, this is
and
in
this
fact
is
true.
how, and so here is, I hope she doesn't chew my ass for telling people this. So when Alexis was pregnant with Elena, she had watched all of these stupid bitches on TikTok that have this perfectly curated, perfectly edited life.
But that's just a slice.
that you should aspire to.
Yeah.
And this is how my pregnancy went because I ate 3 carrots a day and bathed in virgin baby seal blood or whatever the fuck.
And this is how my delivery went.
And then this is how this went. And when her stuff didn't go like
Deviated
that,
from that.
her whole plan went fucking sideways.
Yeah.
You know? And I know that's the fact because when she had Gabriel, she didn't watch all these stupid bitches because now she learned they're lying. They're not lying. That's entertainment. That's
Well,
not
it's just a
really
a moment pulled out of.
it, not only is it a moment, it's a perfectly edited moment. That one moment took 5 hours to edit for a 3-minute video.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's
But
just like ghost hunting, which the 4 of us know a good bit about. When you see these shows on TV and every episode they're
Yeah.
hearing something or they're seeing
highlight
something
reel
or
at best.
whatever,
Or that
that's
same
a highlight
motherfucker
reel.
gets possessed or scratched
Because
every time.
there's whole investigations where you don't see, hear, or get a damn thing.
Yep.
It's a highlight reel at best.
But
We're
when
just
you
sitting
see
there-
these shows,
sitting
this
in there in the
30-minute
dark.
show or this hour-long show, oh, there's stuff happening all the time.
Yeah, and when she was pregnant with Gabriel, though, you could tell that she wasn't watching. She may have been watching him, but not
Taking it to heart.
Not taking
I mean,
it as
But also
advice.
having just the second baby.
She'd
I mean,
been a mom once before.
Yeah.
already,
Yeah,
You know, so,
yeah.
it
So
wasn't
she
this
knows that
big
what
unknown.
this asshole is saying.
you could tell it was
is
so
not
much
the
less
truth.
stress.
Yeah.
Well, because,
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I remember, and there wasn't social media or even the fucking internet when I had my kids, but, you know, we all have this picture of what motherhood, parenthood looks like from all the media we consume and from the people we know. And, you know, going from no child to with child is terrifying.
Well, but
You
also
know.
back then, you would see something like that on a commercial. So you would see the same commercial, maybe twice a day
Yeah.
for 30 seconds. Not 6 hours a day because that's what you searched on
Yeah.
YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or whatever.
You know, and so yeah, I mean, just going from 1 kid to 2 kids, while it's double the workload of children, there's a lot less of the unknown, and that, you know, makes it. I was scared with my second one, but not like it was with the first. You know, it's a whole new world.
Yeah, that's see,
I have to
that's-
say it really came natural for me, and I wasn't around kids. You know, my grandparents raised me, so all
Yeah.
of her friends were older. They
Yeah,
didn't.
so
All
you
their
weren't
kids
around a
were
lot of
grown,
kids.
and I wasn't really around babies. My brother was born when I was 16, but again wasn't around him a lot because he was with our mom and I was with our grandparents. But I don't know. It just came really. It was good for me.
See, but to put this in more of a genre that I'm familiar with, if I was a musician starting out now, and I got 90% of my information from, you know, YouTubers and TikTokers, I'd think, oh my God, my first release didn't go viral. I need to hang it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's why, I mean, I guess in small bursts, social media is all right, but as a form of entertainment, I think it's toxic.
Again, I think it's as toxic as you allow it to be in your life.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I discover all kinds of things on social media. Different musicians, different authors.
I guess it
artists.
depends on what you're using it for.
Right. You know, if you're using it as a replacement for real life, that is no bueno.
If you're using it to talk shit to people behind the anonymity of a keyboard, that's no good
bueno.
either.
You know, mostly I use it for my disassociative time. I take that and it's, you know, because I can't be still. I mean, even if I'm still, my mind has to be occupied. And so, you know, when I can't settle to anything else, I get on there and I just look and find things to, you know, learn about, read about, hobbies. You know, it's, and then because for a long time I didn't know any but people in real life that had the same like medical issues I have.
Right.
So it was really helpful in that part. When you have like
Yeah, so then she could just go, "Oh, that's not normal, huh?"
I mean, you know,
Like, no, it's
especially
not.
like when you have like complex health stuff and it's weird shit that it's that online community becomes really, really important because you might not meet another person in real life that has what you have,
Right.
you know, just, and so it has been a real, and then my friends from the art world that, you know, I'm really glad that I have them. They have gotten me through some really hard times. And so I don't really think it's a necessarily a bad thing. I just think it's what you make of it.
I guess it would probably be better.
I think there's also a big difference between our age using it
Absolutely.
and the
Yeah.
young kids using it. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's
Well,
where the big problem comes in.
I think so, too,
I also
because-
think that it would be a lot better if people acted online the way they would act to your face.
Well, and I agree with that.
Because if
but-
there was that's what made, and I'm not saying people were necessarily more polite when we were younger, but you had immediate consequences to whatever
yeah,
you
and
said.
I mean, that's one thing I've always, because I've had so many online relationships, friendships, you know, I'm the same person online as I am in your living room because, well, I don't have the energy to have two personas for one. But, yeah, I don't believe in, you know, being somebody else behind a keyboard. And, you know, if I'll say it to you on the internet, I'll say it to you to your face.
Oh, me too, hands down.
And,
some people get turned off by that.
yeah,
I don't
you know,
fucking
but
care.
I'd rather, I mean, I'd rather know, you know, where I stand. But
Yeah, just like anything that I'm saying, you know, into this microphone about any person, I would say directly to their fucking face too.
And I think Amber's right in that it really does depend on like the age of the person, how much they can
Yeah,
consume of it without it being, because, okay, I'm almost 52 years old. I have a whole lot of real life, real world experiences in almost everything, you know, that I deal with. So you can weigh the validity and the veracity of that against real life stuff. And these young kids, they don't have that, you know?
yeah.
And so it is easier for them to put an unhealthy amount of weight on it.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
I do feel bad that I think mine and Amber's generation, because we're on that cusp,
Yeah.
right? Between being the young Gen Xers and the elder millennials, and I feel bad for the Zs and the Alphas who did not have the opportunity to experience life
Before.
without the bombardment of the internet, but more specifically social media.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like Alexis and the young adults around her age, social media has been around damn near their whole lives.
Yeah, I mean, from the time they were old enough to consume it, it was just the new had worn off, and it was just
and unfortunately, what that breeds is now not only am I worrying about what the people around me think, because anybody that says I don't care what anybody thinks is a goddamn liar.
Everybody wants to be perceived a certain way.
Yeah, so don't even come at me with I really don't care what anybody thinks. You're a fucking liar. So stop it. Liars go to hell.
You may not care what the general...
Yeah, you may not care what a person thinks of you, but you do care what people think of you.
Or you may not... It may be the inverse. You may not care what people in general think, but there's somebody you want to see you a certain way.
Yeah, totally. But the Gen Zers and the Gen Alphas never got that. Because it was... Oh, look, now you've got your real life people, but then you've got the whole fucking world too.
Yeah.
And online bullying wasn't a thing when we were growing up. You know,
they had to
if I had a problem,
bully you right in your face.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10, that happened either at school or at the mall.
And you could get away from it.
I mean, I guess you could...
It wasn't in your pocket.
Yeah, and to spread a rumor about someone, you at least had to work a little bit.
Yeah.
You
now
know?
it can be all over.
All over the world in a matter of minutes. Yeah. So...
Yeah, I mean, that was... We lived unplugged.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when you went home... I think that's one reason. Yes, kids killed themselves when we were in school too.
Yeah, sure.
But not as much.
Nope.
And I think that was because the voices at school weren't ever present. You know, you could come home to your family and go to your room and not be bombarded there too. And I think that's... These kids, it just seems so hopeless because it's everywhere.
Yeah, and shit, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something that was pretty damn profound.
Damn it, we fucked that up.
You fucked that up. Shit. You said...
Are you working next Sunday?
Yes. No. Next Saturday.
Yes, no, maybe.
Well, fuck, I can't remember what I was...
Well, we were talking about that we lived unplugged. Was that it?
Oh, yeah, because... people may not get that. I mean, our generation drank from the water hose. We were the ones that were, you know, had a house key when we were 5 years old. You know, I mean.
Well, and like in the summer, I would go off.
Oh yeah.
And they wouldn't see me again till dinner time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Well, they were at work, so I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
they may or may not leave you some kind of chore to do during the day.
Yeah,
that
okay,
and then would run around like hell and get done before they got home.
Yeah, the first minute. So
mine was always the first minute. Get that shit done.
Yeah,
yeah. So you're done.
And then I'm done.
Yeah,
you know.
I didn't get that till a little later because Grandma was. She was an umbrella parent, or not umbrella, helicopter parent.
Helicopter.
Yeah. She kept a close eye on me.
Was she retired when you were living there? No. Okay.
So she worked while you were living there?
Yeah, she worked in the kitchens at the school.
Oh, okay.
And she always made sure not to be at the school. I think she was afraid I'd be embarrassed.
So she wouldn't.
So like when I'd go to elementary school, because our elementary, junior high, high school were all right across the street from each other. So she'd always make sure she'd move to the junior high or to the high school.
Whichever one you weren't.
That was really considerate of her, though.
Yeah. I guess she thought I'd be embarrassed. I'm not sure why.
Well, kids are fucking mean for no reason.
Yeah.
So, you know, your grandma works in the cafeteria. Yeah, at least she got a job. Huh.
But, you know, every school I went to, my grandma had worked there. So all the kitchen people knew who I was. So I'd always get, like, extra cookies and cakes. And, yeah.
Yeah.
They'd come out the door and hand me cookies.
That's why you had that booty.
That was a cake booty.
Yeah, it was. All right. Well, Amber, this is your list, so...
No, it's
Let's get to
our list.
Okay. Then why don't you talk about the Dubai rain?
Okay, it started with... Well, I can't remember what date it was. It started with this weird blob on the radar that
Oh,
came.
no, that was the day of the eclipse.
Oh yeah, it came out of Antarctica.
It was during the eclipse. Yeah, it started in.
It was just like this little blob, and it'd go up
It was
into
black.
Yeah,
on
they're
the
like
radar. It was.
We don't
black.
know if this is just
Like an artifact.
yeah, an artifact or what's going on. But over the days, it kept going higher and it'd go up to Africa and then go up. And like by day 5 or something, I can't remember what date that was supposed to be, it took up the entire Atlantic
What the hell?
Atlantic Sea. And they're like, we don't know what this
That's an
is.
ocean,
Or ocean. And they're like, this is what it's showing. We don't know what it is. And people are like, oh, it's nothing. It's just artifact, whatever. But then,
but an artifact doesn't move like that.
But then South Africa started getting like these really high winds, real bad storms. And then Dubai got all that rain.
Yeah.
Of course, they said
They said they were seeding the clouds.
Yeah, they
too.
said they were doing cloud seeding
Well,
experiments.
it fucking worked.
They got a year's worth of rain in 5 hours.
Yeah, and then they got a second round of it, didn't they?
I think so. And then
I mean, there was $250,000 Lamborghinis underwater.
halfway up the windows of the car.
Yeah, I mean, in a place that it only rains,
Yeah.
Right.
a quarter of an inch a month.
And then in South Carolina, I think it was earlier this week, they got a microburst storm. And
Oh, that was so
like golf
weird.
ball size hail just.
Well, because it was
One video was 5 minutes long, and the hail started before the video,
well, yeah,
and they ended it before the hail stopped.
but the sky was clear. People were out barbecuing, and
I mean, that's usually how it is with tornadoes and stuff too.
this wasn't a tornado though.
Well, I know, but it's usually like the sun's shining bright afterwards.
Yeah, usually
Like nothing happened.
with this type of stuff. Ahead of time, and there it is. Let's go ahead and mosey
That's why
on
it's called
inside.
a microburst.
Yeah, well, it sure the fuck did, because people were out, having a good time, barbecuing, all that kind of stuff, and out of fucking nowhere, sky got dark, and it started dumping golf ball size hail for,
Wow.
like she said, over 5 minutes.
I read something this morning that the storm system that came through us last night, when it
That was
went,
gnarly. Oh
when
my
it
god!
went through, just wait. When it went through Ohio, they recorded one of the highest wind speeds ever recorded in a tornado. It was 230 miles an hour.
Ooh,
Wow.
shit!
Yeah.
Well, I saw a TikTok, and they were in a train.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Oof.
So recording from inside the train as this massive tornado in Ohio went over. God, it had to have been terrifying.
Oh, I bet.
When that train was shaking, I mean, think about. And the windows were. I don't know how it didn't suck the people out, because the windows were shattering and breaking.
Oh, my
and
God.
some of the
Oh,
windows
wow.
were. I mean, oh my God! And then they showed another one. Apparently, this just moved across the country, because it had been in, was it North Dakota?
No, it was Nebraska.
Nebraska, and it was on the interstate, and I mean, it was like y'all were talking about, like over here and over here, clear,
Yeah.
clear, and then this black, looked like, I don't know how wide this damn storm was, but it looked like CGI. It didn't look real. It
Yeah,
was
one
so
time-
big and intense.
Wow.
One time, me and my grandma and my uncle were in Wichita Falls, and that's where the 79 tornado hit, the mile-wide one. Mm-hmm. And we were in Wichita Falls, and
That's
this
the biggest
is
tornado ever recorded, right?
at the time, but I think it's changed since then. It was when we were living in Nakona. We went to Wichita Falls for something, and a storm came in, and there was a tornado, and we were hauling ass to get back to Nakona. And in front of us, blue skies. You looked in the rearview mirror, and you can see straight line, blue skies, and black. That was scary.
I bet. It was bad enough watching it on a video. I can't, just seeing it. Mm-hmm. And you feel. I know from when our place got hit, and we were walking in after it with the boys. He was carrying Dylan, and I was carrying Austin. and another tornado came through, and it didn't touch down, but it came over, that tree line that's to the side of our property. It was coming over that, and you could see it. Now, it was still up in the air, but you talk about make you feel small
Oh, yeah.
and fragile. Thank God that one didn't touch down, but just seeing that and the way that that everything just changed on a dime. You went from clear skies to this roaring, the hail's beating. Oh,
Yeah.
That was in 2000, wasn't it?
2001, right? Yeah.
Fuck, I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I remember
2001.
being at work talking about that. Because we had several people who lived in BB.
Yeah, it was the
And-
one where BB got a lot of damage. I think it was
Yeah.
2001.
Yeah,
It was February.
right. Yeah, I remember being
Yeah.
in the break room or something on the flight line. I don't know, but talking about how nasty that was.
It was
But,
scary.
Yeah, I remember one time we were in Nakona, and where we lived out by Nakona Lake was a big curve, and it kind of went up on a hill, and it had tornadoes all around. So what do? We get in the truck and go to the hill, and you could see, like, in town, or maybe in the next town over, the skyline and 5 tornadoes.
Oh, fuck.
You could just, now they were little funnels, they never touched the ground,
Yeah.
but 5 at one time we counted.
Yeah, I don't think that would have made me feel better at the time. That they were little, you know?
No.
Yeah. Because those littles make one big
Yeah,
one.
they can come together and make one big motherfucker. That's one place where y'all are probably in a good shape here. They don't go up on, they tend to go seek out the flat,
Yeah.
so y'all being on this ridge line is not a bad thing.
Yeah. All right.
I was surprised there weren't more trees down last night. And we had those 2 big ones that were on 2nd Street that we passed.
Oh yeah.
We still saw the
Where
what was
they had
left.
cut them back off the road.
Yeah, when we were coming here tonight.
Yeah, when we
that-
came up on it, we weren't sure
Well, that was so big.
if it was
one of
all
those,
the way across.
That was so big. It was one of those. It's like you didn't see it until you were right up on it.
Yeah.
Luckily, there was a truck that was probably, 200 feet in front
Yeah,
of me.
we just knew because we
that-
saw him start breaking and getting way over.
Yeah, because we were like,
'Cause-
what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah, because I was like, why is this guy driving on the shoulder? I mean, you couldn't even see the trees because everything
Yeah.
was just blacked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, it was, like she said, luckily we saw that guy.
I'm glad there weren't any trees down between here and our house.
All right, so I guess this is your trigger warning if you are
Uh-oh.
triggered by human combustibles. Now's your time to
People on fire?
turn on.
I can't remember what that guy set
on.
I
himself on
might be
fire
triggered
for.
by that. I don't know.
Huh?
I might be triggered by people on fire.
Well, yeah, but that's why we're recording. I'm talking to the people listening.
Oh.
So,
You don't count.
yeah, you don't count.
Because I didn't know we were talking about people on fire.
That's because I didn't tell you.
Oh.
This is the last topic, though, that we have. Okay, so what was it late last week, maybe early this week?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
The anyway,
Whoa,
Trump-
you just like short circuit?
no, I was looking
He
at
was
whatever
paying
the fuck he
attention to
was
us.
showing her. Trump was in
Court.
in court
In
and
New York.
in New York, and some crazy dude.
It's not the first crazy dude. That's the second one to do that to himself.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
At the same place? Or?
no, but one was in
It
front
doesn't
of the
have
White
anything to do with Trump.
I know.
Yeah.
It's over Hamas and all that.
It's over. Yeah.
What was the first one?
The first one, he did it. He was a
don't remember where it
soldier,
was. Yeah,
and
he was
he
a
did it
soldier.
right outside of the White House.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what do you what?
I've
what,
never been so mad. I want to set me on fire.
No.
So the what the dude did was he doused himself with gasoline and lit his ass on fire.
Just,
The
what a-
guy in front of the courthouse walked around for a minute and then sat down.
Yeah,
And
I saw the full video of it.
I don't want to see that.
Well,
I don't want to see that.
Let
I
me
don't
tell
wanna
you
see that.
something. You know, we talked about in the previous episode about Brandy used to work for the Claims Commission. And
Y'all had a
you know
motherfucker
how,
set
you know
himself on
how
fire?
police and fire, they have a fund where if they die, they get, like an extra money kind of thing. Well, it's kind
That's
of
called
a,
life insurance.
Well, no, it's a special like lot fee, which was the police
police and fire.
But what it was a special. You would get a one-time payout, and
Well, probably not you if you're the one that died.
no, but your family would
Right.
and I mean not
Yeah.
like 25,000, 50,000. I can't remember.
Wow.
Because there were some circumstances that you'd get the 25 and then some that you would, and then your children or your dependents, so it would include a wife too or a spouse, would get free college education in the state of Arkansas.
Okay.
And so lots of times when you had, like remember that trooper that was following the cavalcade with Clinton, and he got hit and died outside of Jacksonville.
He's on a motorcycle.
Yeah, he was a motorcycle trooper.
I don't remember any of that.
So, like, things like, or where a cop is helping somebody on the side of the road and got hit and killed.
Right.
Anything in service.
Right.
And it didn't have to be just cops, but cops, fire, EMS, that sort of thing.
So I don't recall, but what was that one guy there for? Was he trying to start he was trying to get his retirement early, I guess?
Because I don't know what you're
Talking about spontaneous combustion, that guy?
Well, I clearly blocked that out because I don't know.
Wow, okay. So there was a guy that was there for a hearing. He was a police officer. 6 months after he started?
I'm starting
Lady
to
set
remember
herself on fire right in front of him.
now. And just fucked his, like,
Oh, I bet it did.
I mean, the trauma.
Yeah.
He was just never right
And so
again.
yeah, I
then,
bet.
about a year before he appeared at this hearing, another one did the same damn thing.
Oh my
What
God.
is it about this
And
man?
Brandy was telling me all that, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll give him a pass on that. That's
I
got
don't know what it is about him that makes people
Yeah,
want
I
to set
don't
themselves
know.
on fire.
Yeah.
Because I've never been so angry I want to set me
Yeah, I
on
don't
fire.
know.
You maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think he was just showing up on a call,
Yeah, he
and that's
was.
what happened. But
I was just being
Damn.
funny, but
No.
But yeah, I think he was like
The second one,
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
have
losing
put a
it here. I
bullet in
need
her
to
before
retire.
she finished pouring the gas. Be like, not again, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit.
Can't ever get that smell out of your
imagine
clothes.
watching that? Like,
Yeah,
bad
twice
enough, like on
in
video,
your career.
but to see it. And like Ross said, the first time he was just a green ass rookie.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the guy who filmed it, he was filming,
Yeah, just what was
whatever.
going on.
And he was like, I told Chris earlier, probably from me to the laundry room from the guy. And he's like
Which is about
zooming
20,
around,
20 feet.
and he sees this guy start pouring stuff, and he's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" So he starts yelling for the police. Someone get the police. I think this guy's is like dousing himself with something. I think he's gonna set himself on fire. So he's screaming for the police, and of course he lights himself up, and yeah, he just like kind of walked around for a little bit,
On fire?
like normal.
Well,
And then he like sat down cross-legged and just sat there for.
So he had to be like massively on something.
That's what I told her.
know.
I wonder if he was
And then
high
finally
as
you
he
could
could
see the-
possibly get.
The fire was affecting his body, by the way he was like moving
the
and stuff.
posturing and
But at first, I'm just like, almost like he was walking around normal and then just sat down. I'm like, how?
he had to have been high out his ass.
Uh-huh.
There's just no way you couldn't react.
Yeah.
You were not.
I mean, I don't remember hearing him screaming.
Yeah, because that's what I
I'm
asked.
sure.
I was like,
I guess maybe he just like ingested. Maybe he couldn't. I don't know.
well, that's because that's what I asked was, he was screaming his ass off, right? And she's like, no. I was like, he was. He.
I mean,
he
I
got
remember
as
the
loaded
I
as he
remember
could
the
get.
camera guy screaming, of course,
Well,
like
yeah.
yelling for someone to help.
And
But
can you imagine, like, all those people that saw that? They'll never unsee that.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
some
like,
shit.
I don't.
Like you can't unsmell the smell of burning human skin. It's so disgusting.
Well, and what I don't understand.
Burning blood, burning hair. It's
I never had a problem with that.
Are you fucking kidding me?
We had a dog one time because I used to work at a vet hospital, and he had this massive tumor on the inside of his leg, and he was too old
I
to
don't know
like
where this is going, but I'm horrified in advance.
too old to go like through surgery and stuff. So we would wrap it, and it
Uh-huh.
was just it would bleed and bleed and bleed. So we would get the laser to try to cauterize.
Yeah.
It was just so big, it really wasn't helping. But I'm sitting there holding the dog's leg, and they're trying to cauterize as fast as they can, but the blood is just still just flowing and hair and skins, and I don't really remember having a problem with any smell.
Oh my God!
Okay,
I don't know how, because
Dog-
that's the most.
She's a sociopath.
like,
That-
well,
That's what it sounds
to be
like.
fair, like feces, that smell bothers me.
Dookie.
Ross. You're like, "Ugh."
Yeah, it does.
Oh my god, what gets me is cat urine.
Cat urine bothers me. Vomit bothers me.
Vomit's gross though.
But with my job, I've
the other
been,
ones are gross,
I've
too,
been
don't get me
around
wrong.
when several bodies have been recovered. It doesn't bother me
been around what?
When bodies have been discovered.
when bodies have been recovered. It doesn't bother
He's a
me.
sociopath.
That is what it sounds like. It's
And I
looking
mean,
that
there was
way.
other people in the area that were like,
Chris,
and I'm
all
just
right, on the
like,
count of 3, we're going to run like
I can't. My calf's fucked up.
I got EDS. I can't run either.
I'm gonna have to hop out here and jump over
Y'all
this
are
deck.
fucking stuck with this.
I'm just going to have to, like, try to crip walk.
Yeah.
It's okay, Suki.
So last
better
night
run, Suki.
we were leaving Alexis and Christian's house. We dropped the kids off and stuff, and the bottom dropped out. I mean,
We were parked on the side of the road.
That storm came out of nowhere.
And it was raining heavy when we ran out of the garage, but like when we got to the end of the driveway,
because I'd parked on the street so Christian could pull his
Yeah.
truck in behind Alexis's car.
it wasn't thunder. It was just
It,
wind.
and
was
and
just
it was
me.
it was raining heavy.
Your best friend.
But I told Amber, I was like, all right, we're just gonna go. And we got about 3 steps out of that garage, and the rest of it dumped.
Just boom.
And so I took a couple of little jumps to get up because they have the slow spot in their driveway. So the water was like 4 inches deep. I really didn't want to, step right in it. But now I wish I would have.
It didn't
Because
matter. We were so
yeah, because when I took that first hop, I felt something pop in my calf muscle. And I think I wound up tearing a muscle fiber. According to the internet, that's so it sucks.
Yeah, by the time we got in the car, water was pouring off of me.
Oh yeah,
It's just crazy, like
it was gnarly.
how quick you can get soaked to the bone.
And as wet as I was, I never once thought I should set myself on fire. Not once.
Really, I mean, I don't understand.
not even to dry out? Or,
No.
No.
We did turn the heater on high though.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that's a close second.
Like what? What are you trying to prove by setting yourself?
Yeah, I
on
don't
I don't.
understand that.
What did his?
Oh, it was
thing
something about
say?
the tyrannical government that's getting ready to be implemented upon us.
Well,
you know
the
what?
other guy, it was all about
Hamas.
Hamas, because he could not carry out these unjust orders, and so like
Hamas, the terrorist organization.
Yes.
Okay.
right, but
Yeah.
the people dying are not all Hamas.
No.
And he wasn't the one doing it either.
No, but he was having to I don't know, he'd gotten word or there was something he was going to have to go over there, and I don't know.
So incineration
he was a
the way to
soldier.
Right.
go.
I mean,
Apparently, yeah.
that's what I was going to say. You can't. I mean, crazy people don't make sense.
Yeah,
And
because
clearly to set yourself on fucking fire.
so here's what I would have done. I would have looked at a discharge.
I'd have got thrown out. Whatever. Anything
Well,
short of
if
setting
you
myself.
get
How
thrown
would
out, you
what
are
would you have said to
discharged.
get a discharge though? Because if you go against orders, you're just gonna get put in jail.
Section 8? I don't
Section 8 is low income housing.
Well, whatever
you-
Klinger was doing
Yeah.
and MASH, he could
Yeah.
dress like a girl,
Girl,
wear
yeah.
gaudy earrings. I don't know.
No, Klinger and MASH was one of those motherfuckers who found a unit he liked. It was a very small unit, and he didn't cause any waves. Nobody knew he was there, and he just rode out. We had guys that would.
How did nobody know he was there when he was always prancing around in dress?
Dresses.
Yeah, dressed like
Well, we had
Aunt Matilda or something.
we had guys that would get stationed at Christchurch, New Zealand, and it was a transit alert.
Very
unit.
small.
It had like, what was it, maybe 20 people. So like 5 crew chiefs or 5 maintenance guys. Well, probably 5 crew chiefs. You know, a handful of other specialties, a couple of people in the orderly room, a couple people in finance, and that's it. That's the whole unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these motherfuckers, ooh, there was never. I was
If you
in
got
for-
there, you
Yeah, well, I tried.
stayed there.
I tried like hell. There was, in 10 years, there was never an opening for Christchurch. Not ever. So these cocksuckers, did nobody get sent up for Airman of the Quarter? Nobody made Airman of the Year. Everybody passed their PT test with an 80.
Wasn't there some kind of disaster? Christchurch?
Earthquake.
Was it an earthquake?
Yeah.
I remembered something happening there.
But yeah, there were people there. There's a transit alert base in Honduras. Again, 10 years. I knew one person that got orders there. Same thing. It was a transit alert base, very small, and I think the only reason that guy got orders there is because someone retired. But yeah, they don't make no waves because that's a lot of extra money and no fucking work.
Yeah.
Because like Christchurch, the only time that they got a plane was when it was on its way to or from Antarctica. That's it.
Right.
Nobody else landed there. And those planes came in, like once a month?
So you get paid to sit around and play cards all day? And
Yeah, no. From what I heard by someone who actually flew through there was if they weren't at work, they were on the beach. And most of the time they were on the beach. If they had a plane coming in, they'd get a call like 2 or 3 hours ahead of time. Go.
that'd have been nice.
That would have been pretty wicked.
Yeah.
That's why I tried to get there. And apparently Honduras was the same way. Matter of fact, that picture I have with me and the other 2 guys on the plane with the emergency oxygen thing, the guy that wasn't the other crew chief, he's the one that got orders to Honduras. Only person I ever met that got orders there. And I've never known a motherfucker get orders to Christchurch.
I hate to interrupt, but this is fucking funny. I saw a friend posting about that they had been put on Ozempic, right? And they were talking about like it finally defeated their head hunger. And I'm just scrolling through, you know.
Hungry for head.
Yeah, what-
They were like, somebody goes, I wonder if it would help with my Coke cravings.
Okay.
I was like,
Lord.
Cane or cola?
that's what I was like, all right. So somebody said, well, I think it would probably help. It helps me not want Coke Zero, if that's what you mean.
Nope. Cocaine.
I mean, yeah, like, all right.
Yeah, you should have been more specific with the
Yeah.
way you worded that.
Okay.
I rarely have cravings, and I really don't eat that much, and the weight just stays.
Well, I think you drink a lot of your calories.
Yeah.
Sweet tea,
You
iced
damn
coffee.
alcoholic.
Sweet
No,
tea and
no, she-
Starbucks.
Yeah, it's not alcohol.
I'm on a liquid diet.
All right. I think we've
I
about
just
ran
eat my
out.
calories.
I was leading into something.
Oh, okay.
I think something like that, where it says, it'll stop you from being hungry or craving stuff. I don't think that would work for me. But I also think it's a lie because when we were put on that Adipex,
Oh, yeah, but
They
that
said
stuff
the
is
same-
that stuff is speed.
they said the same thing.
Yeah, that's just straight speed.
It'll curb your
Oh, it did.
appetite. I didn't have an appetite to begin with.
Yeah, but you also weren't taking unbridled raw speed, which is
Adipex is absolutely speed.
Adipex, it's actually Ritalin.
Well,
It's,
then what's whatever
Ozempic?
Ozempic?
is a GLP-1 agonist.
It
No, I'm
helps
sorry.
you, yeah.
Ozempic is synthetic GLP-1. So GLP-1.
Okay, I
which
don't
is-
want science stuff. Like the other stuff is like speed. Well, like what would this be?
This is just
Well, that's what I was going to tell you.
it just processes the sugar in your body. It works
That
like
is absolutely not right.
It-
I actually read this.
Okay, go ahead.
GLP-1 is a hormone that's released that basically tells your fat cells to empty the nutrients that are inside it, right? Ozempic is synthetic GLP-1.
So it just tells you to empty the fat cells.
Yep. That's exactly what it does.
It scares me the side effects I hear from
Yeah,
some people.
I've heard gnarly side effects, so I really hope you don't have any of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Has any any people you know that take it, have they said anything about strange side effects?
No, the only people I know that have been taking it are my niece and our friend.
One half of the dynamic duo.
And
I like that.
so
I just came up with that.
I haven't
The
asked.
ambiguously gay duo.
I don't think you're wrong.
Wow.
Do what?
Bring it here for there.
Now I've completely lost every.
Talk about
welcome.
side effects.
You're welcome.
But so I haven't heard them talk about any. But I don't. I don't know.
You haven't heard them at all.
He's not wrong.
He's
Okay,
not
fair,
wrong. Yep.
fair. We'll see. I'll report back.
Damn.
That was good.
All right, moving on.
All right, well, that's it. That's
All right, we're done now.
We have reached on. All right, bye,
Bye
guys.
then.
Bye.